2023, a group of researchers formed the Truth Mafia, a collective determined to investigate conspiracies and occult mysteries that have been buried for centuries. With a passion for uncovering the truth, they delve into the darkest corners of history, pop culture, and ancient mysteries, seeking answers to questions that have plagued humanity for ages. The Truth Mafia is led by Tommy Truthful, a man shrouded in mystery and intrigue, dedicated to uncovering the hidden truths behind some of the world's most perplexing and enigmatic phenomena. Their research has led them down countless rabbit holes, from deciphering ancient symbols to exploring the hidden meanings behind popular media and literature. Despite the risks and challenges they face, the Truth Mafia remains steadfast in their quest for knowledge. Will their investigations lead to groundbreaking revelations, or will they unravel an even deeper web of secrets and lies? Only time will tell in this ongoing saga of conspiracy and intrigue.
Welcome, my brothers and sisters, to another episode of Truth Mafia Podcast. Make sure you smash that like button, share this video. I know you guys have been missing me. I've been in Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube jail all week. I just got out of Facebook jail today. Instagram jail, I get out here in about an hour, so then I can post my new video on Instagram. And YouTube, my big one, I'm out tomorrow. You know, whenever you speak the truth, censorship is real. So please make sure you smash that like button, share this video, help us get it out there. And before we get going, this podcast is sponsored through Body Align, and they have the energy wellness band and the disc that goes on the back of your phone. So a lot of people are suffering from this radiation sickness. Did you know that EMF can cause headaches, fatigue, and brain fog? Our EMF defense shield for the phone and electronics is the #1 tool for protecting yourself from electromagnetic radiation, which we're being exposed on a daily. If you're not protecting yourself from the EMF radiation, it can cause headaches, tiredness, fatigue, brain fog, sleep disturbances, restless, anxiety, nausea, weight gain, and heart palpitations, which is what it does to me. So that link is in the description, and let's get it, guys. So, okay, there's all these stories going viral right now on World War III, and something interesting. So I see this story, and it says, map reveals likely U.S. targets on Putin's World War III nuclear hit list. Then I go to click on the story, and it won't let me go there, guys. So let me show you. So then I'm like, okay, why are they not letting me go to this story? What the hell is going on here? What's up, Jessica? How you doing, sweetheart? How's everybody doing? Rhonda, what's up? What's up? How you guys doing, family? Oh, by the way, I put a new video up on the reptilians on my backup channel. So that link is down in the description as well. I'll show you guys here in a minute, but I want to show you this. Then I'm gonna watch a couple videos with you about this whole agenda. And remember, this happened on the day of the election. Remember, guys? When me and my dad did that video about the election being selections, not elections, and the Pillars of Solomon, the red and the blue, I brought this up that they launched some missile, a hypersonic missile from California on that day. And I said during that podcast, I wonder if this has something to do with an upcoming nuclear event. And now it seems like it's unfolding in front of our eyes. So let me show you the article. Then we'll look at what Alex Jiggle Jones said about this. I mean, all the major gatekeepers are talking about it right now. So first, look, here's the story, guys. Here's the story, right? Map reveals likely U.S. target on Putin's. Now watch this. This story is unavailable. I've never had that happen to me ever. And I mean, I did it over and over. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? Why is it not letting me get on the story? So I'd be interested to hear if you guys are able to type this story in and click it up. Why are they hiding it? And then when I asked AI to find the story, it tried to lie to me. Look, I said, find me this story, and gave it the screenshot, and it gave me this bullshit. This is not a story. It's a narrative penned by French philosopher. Just this whole bullshit telling me it's something from 1772, which it's not. I said, you're lying. It literally says map reveals likely U.S. target on Putin's World War III nuclear hit list. Find me that story. Well, I was talking on talk to text, so it beeps out my when I call it the R word. I'd be dogging the shit out of AI. But so then it finds me recent reports have highlighted potential U.S. targets in the event of Russia nuclear strike. And here are some of the targets they're talking about. Washington, D.C., of course, New York City, Chicago, Los Angeles, and San Francisco. Bye-bye, Golden Gates. Houston, North Fork, Virginia Naval Station. Just some of them I've never even heard of. Oh, Montana. I know there's going to be something big in Montana and Oklahoma because they have them big major film productions going on there. Anytime they do that, they always do staged events in them areas. Oklahoma, they have the Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone, and Montana was Yellowstone. So they've been doing some events there, and look how long they've been talking about this, for a while now. So they've been building up to this map of Russia nuclear targets in UK dates back to, just tons of stories on it, right? And here's another one from today, or this one was a week ago right here. I'll play that in a second, but here, let me play this other one for you. Oh, I got to turn the audio on. Sorry, guys. Let me turn this on so you guys can actually hear what I'm hearing. Entire screen, audio, share. There we go. Sorry about that, family. Doing this live right now, November 19th, 2024 at 10:18 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from Canton, Ohio. So let's see what's going on. Oh, guys, did you see what happened here in my city? We had some shooter on freaking 77. This shit was a total ritual. It happened. Hold on a second. Shooter 77, Canton, Ohio. This happened on freaking, look, one day ago. This happened on Route 77, right? And it happened on November 18th, which is normally the 322nd day of the year, day of Skull and Bones, but we're in a leap year, so it was November 17th this year. And Route 77, they shut the whole damn thing down. And on 9/11, Flight 77 hit the 77-foot-tall Pentagon on the 77th meridian, 77 minutes after takeoff. And the hotel there, guys, it's like a total like drug hotel, you know what I'm saying? And the girl they interviewed, she's a freaking street worker from the neighborhood. Who knows what they paid that girl to get her to go on there and say that shit. But the guy allegedly shot one of these cops, pretty crazy. They shut the whole strip down. And, this is in my local area. The U.S. Marshals were there. Some guy from West Virginia. He was wanted for federal weapons violations and was shot and killed, of course. But when you guys go look at the story, it's so sketchy. The news reporter, she's got the 33 on her mic and her shirt. It's just, the typical BS. So that's neither here nor there. I just thought I'd bring that up for you guys because that happened in my local city. So I thought that was funny not that it's funny that happened, but I don't even believe it happened. I believe it's all bullshit to take our weapons away. But here we go.
Tuesday, November 19th, 2024. You're seeing footage of long-range, high-speed, U.S.-made ATACMS missiles blowing up a Russian military base 300 kilometers inside Russia.
Oh.
They're promising to rain down hundreds of these a week inside Russia to elicit a massive response. This is a proxy war between the West and Russia.
Fun.
Imagine if Russia said, we're going to start bombing targets in the United States, or if in Vietnam, the Vietnamese said, we're going to start attacking targets inside the United States. Or in the Korean War, if Korea started launching attacks inside the United States, what would you do? This is the absolute insane brinksmanship of the globalist. Putin had announced the policy change 2 months ago. Now it's official today. Russia reserves the right to strike any NATO country or all NATO countries at the same time with nuclear weapons. Because of this, And he said we could have nuclear war by Christmas if the escalation does not stop. And that's in all the main threat escalation maps and war games by Russia, by the United States, by China, by NATO.
While other networks lie to you about what's happening now, InfoWars tells you the truth about what's happening next. Visit Infowars.com/show and share the link today.
NATO made an agreement in the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991 under George Herbert Walker Bush and the Secretary General of NATO to not move 1 inch eastward towards Russia if Russia turned loose of its former Russian Federation and Soviet Empire. They made the deal with Mikhail Gorbachev, and they made the deal with Yeltsin and his deputy, Vladimir Putin. Then, you can pull the maps up. Since then, NATO has added more than 10 countries, moved right up to the border with Russia, triggered the civil war ongoing in the last decade or plus in Ukraine as the proxy shadow hybrid war in the last almost 3 years, since 3 Februaries ago. It has escalated into full continental war. And on the threat escalation ladder, heavier weapons, advisors, NATO troops. Then the Russians bring in North Korean troops. Then the West brings nuclear-capable missiles up to the border of Russia that you would use in a sneak attack, where in just 10, 15 seconds, depending on the target, 30 seconds further away, you can launch it and destroy the Russian missile fields, their strategic nuclear bombers, their cruise missile launchers, in a sneak attack for a preemptive nuclear war that, since Obama got into office, has been the default position. The United States reserves the right to strike with nuclear weapons first. Russia did not have that policy, officially changed it in the last 2 months, and officially announced it today. That Russia reserves the right to use nuclear weapons first if a large, conventional aerospace, meaning missile and aircraft attack, happens. Putin said that 2 months ago. He said it a month ago. Now he said it today. And now that is
on a black person. That is crazy, ain't it?
Happening
Notice that
right now. And you see Putin there. Now we'll go to some of the footage of the Russian military base and depot, munition stockpile, being blown up today. Russia says 6 U.S.-made ATACMS were launched into the country. They claim to have shot down 5 of the 6. 1 hit the base.
ATACMS.
And there is the giant mushroom cloud that resulted from that explosion. So that's where we are right now. Putin put out a statement saying nuclear war by Christmas on the current escalation trajectory.
Hashtag dark winter.
In response, Congressman Massey and many other Republicans said Biden is greenlighting total war, nuclear war. The story's up on Infowars.com. Representative Thomas Massey says Biden greenlighting striking Russia an unconstitutional act of war and impeachable offense. They're also calling for the 25th Amendment to be invoked. So is General Flynn. And the issue is, obviously, Biden's not in control. Then you've got Kamala Harris. And then she has a pretext during the escalated war to have Trump assassinated. They'll claim he's a Russian agent, as they already are. Declare martial law, launch a cyber attack, claim the Russians have done it, cut off a lot of the power across the country. That's what they've been pre-programming. That's what I've been warning of. They launch a war with Russia, escalate, knock a bunch of power out, blame it on the Russians, use that to turn off the internet. You'll still get government feeds, but the internet kill switch that Obama put in place means you only get government and establishment feeds, and we go into total civil unrest, martial law. And there is a very good chance, as I warned before this happened in months and weeks and days past, that they would start striking Russia during the 76 days that he was president-elect. In fact, I said right the day after Trump won, on November 6th, I said, good chance they, the next few weeks, start bombing Russia. And then that will be used as an excuse to launch cyber attacks inside the U.S., blame Russia, claim Trump is a Putin ally because he doesn't want World War III, kill Trump and Vance or have them arrested, remove Biden, install Kamala Harris. And now it's all happening. I'm here to tell you, brother, Donald Trump's going to save this country and nothing's going to stop it. Well, I've only lost 30. I've only lost 30-something pounds, 33, 40 pounds. I'm going down another 20 or 30, so I'll actually be in shape soon. I'm still.
Yeah, whatever, Alex. So, I mean, you see what I'm saying? The programming has begun. It has begun, guys. And look at this story they released. So this was like, what if Russia launched a nuke? And then did you guys see the video going viral on Instagram about just some British dude driving over in the UK, and there's a street called Trump Street, and then it dead ends into something Russia. So that was like a week ago that video went viral. Now it's all starting to make sense to me now as I'm seeing all this unfold. I'll have to see if I can upload that video and show you guys a clip here in a second. But check this out, guys. They shared this. This is the same. I mean, they are really programming. And what do they got to do? Well, they got to tell us first, right? It's universal law. They have to tell us what they're going to do before they do it. They believe it frees them karmically. And what I tell you, when Trump got in, I said, well, they can definitely do this and cause nuclear war, martial law. Obama legalized that shit on us too, and all that. But they can lie to us. He legalized propaganda on the American people, so they're probably lying about everything. I don't trust none of them. None of them. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Did y'all see that in the beginning of this video? What's the first thing that happens? The freaking Golden Gates. Oh, hell no.
Ever since Russia invaded Ukraine, the world has been afraid of one thing: Russia's nukes. But what exactly would happen if Russian President Vladimir Putin decided to push the red button? What could lead to Putin detonating a nuclear weapon? What chain of command would this order need to follow? And what would happen if NATO's member countries fought back? This is What If, and here's what would happen if Russia launched a nuke. When the United States attacked the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945, it marked the only 2 times in history that nuclear weapons have been used during a time of war. The destruction and casualties from these bombs were devastating. Combined, an estimated 120,000 people were killed instantly, and tens of thousands more in the following months. People within 1 kilometer of the detonations were carbonized by heat rays, and those within 1.5 kilometers from ground zero suffered flash burning and severe damage to their skin. Fast forward to today, and Russia has more nukes than any other country. And Putin has already ordered Russia's nuclear forces on high alert, threatening any country that sides with Ukraine. So, could the world
chase the northern lights with a rail pass, travel by train to the Arctic Circle, explore as many...
Sorry about that. It's a freaking commercial on it. But yeah, it's getting crazy. I found that video too. Hold on, guys.
Edge of a nuclear winter? Based on Russia's policies on nuclear deterrence, there are a few basic principles by which Putin could make the decision to use nuclear weapons. One of the reasons for this world-changing launch could be ballistic missiles aimed at Russia or its allies. Another might be any attack on critical government or military sites that would undermine Russia's nuclear forces' ability to respond. Finally, and maybe the most concerning of reasons, is the use of conventional weapons against Russia that it perceives as a direct threat to its existence. Yeah, this means that Russia could launch nukes if any member of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO, started to directly intervene in the war in Ukraine. And it's this kind of nuclear posturing that has led to many Western leaders indicating that there's a limit to how far they would go to help Ukraine defend against Russia. Now, if this were to go down, it would all begin with Putin and a small briefcase that he keeps close to him at all times. This is known as the Chaget, and it would connect the Russian dictator to the command network of Russia's nuclear forces. Putin wouldn't be just pushing a big red button to launch. Instead, he would transmit launch orders to the general staff, which is his central military command.
That shit looks so stupid. This shit looks like it's from the 60s.
The Russian general staff would then launch nuclear missiles by sending authorization codes to individual weapons commanders. Or, in case the command posts were destroyed, they could bypass those by using a backup system called Perimeter. This would allow the general staff to directly initiate the launch of land-based missiles remotely. If they were to do that, these land-based missiles would take about 30 minutes to reach a country like the United States. If the launch came from a submarine positioned closer to U.S. territory, it would only take 10 to 15 minutes for the strike to land. Once launched, the U.S. military's space-based infrared system would detect any missiles with infrared radiation. Within minutes, President Joe Biden would be alerted, and a few moments later, the response would likely...
What's he going to do? Joe Biden? This guy can't even keep a sentence straight. You know, Obama's got him with the bib on in the basement.
...be an immediate, massive counterattack. That would mean the deployment of potentially hundreds, if not thousands of aircraft, nuclear submarines, and land-based heavy artillery vehicles armed with missiles. But
did you see the missile thing, guys, with the 222 on it? Order out of chaos 222. COVID happened 222 months after 9/11. Trump is 222.
Even this huge military action would still only be a reaction to the first launch. Imagine if a warhead detonated in Washington, D.C., just a few blocks away from the White House. Even if this device was only 2/3 as powerful as the bomb dropped on Hiroshima, everything within approximately 1 kilometer would be destroyed. Over 45,000 people would be killed and another 300,000 more injured. Anyone within 8 kilometers could be temporarily blinded by the overwhelming flash of light from the blast. People as far as 30 kilometers away from the explosion could be enveloped in a mixture of dust, debris, and deadly byproducts of radiation. This would be a terrible preview of the devastating effects that any further escalation could have on the whole world, not just North America. If Russia and the United States detonated their full arsenal of nuclear weapons, the entire planet would be covered with a blanket of soot in only 2 weeks. The soot would block sunlight and could lower the temperatures to below freezing even in the summer months. And it could take 10 years for it to dissipate. The threat of nuclear war is terrifying. But
I know I did not just see that clock on 9/11. Let's go back.
And it could take 10 years for it to dissipate.
Yup. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. The clock is on freaking 9/11. Look what it says up here, too. Wicked. That's the new movie coming out, Wicked, on 11/22. It's about Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, which the Wizard of Oz is so encoded into the trauma-based mind control. So you see how they subliminally set that shit there, and then they got the clock on 9/11? This has to be just made because that's a newer movie, and it releases on 11/22, which is the anniversary of John F. Kennedy's assassination. 11 plus 22 equals 33.
The threat of nuclear war is terrifying, but all may not be totally lost. Russia's army was considered to be one of the most powerful in the world, but their invasion of Ukraine has revealed that the Russian army may be more inadequately equipped and poorly trained than expected. The looming threat of nuclear war could just be another way for Russia to keep the world in a submissive state of fear. Putin may or may not have gone insane. He sure is unstable, but he's not the only person involved in launching nukes. Besides, nuclear war isn't a game. If you were the first person to launch a nuclear strike, you'd have very likely ensured your own death. But what if we could use all of Russia's nuclear arsenal for something different, like terraforming Mars?
Oh, of course. They got to hit us with the Mars programming, right?
That's a story.
That is a story. That is a damn story. I don't even want to hear no more of it. Sounds like bullshit to me. I mean, it's crazy. And look, guys, this is a major platform, right? This ain't no YouTuber like me or Donut. So, and you've seen all the coding hidden within that shit. That released a week ago. And now all these stories about Russia and nukes, and this one they won't even let us click on. Like, what's that all about? Why can't I click on it? That's what even, I was getting ready to go to bed, and then I seen that, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I started looking into all this nuclear stuff, and that's when I started finding things. I was planning on laying it down for the night until that. But, it's quite comical. It's quite comical that they think we are this stupid. They really do think we are dumb as shit. Thank you, Nick. I tried, bro. I wish I didn't even see this stuff, Nick. I'll be trying to watch a movie or something, bro. I'm probably the worst person to watch anything with because I'm always catching everything. So my mom hates it. My ex, she hated it. But what are you gonna do? I try not to, but it happens. It just pops out at me. Like sometimes I wish I could go back to where I did not see this shit. But man, I guess it's good that we do see it because they're planning something, man. They're planning something big. And I knew it was coming. 2025, the year of the serpent, this is going to be a big one. I told you guys, you thought the year of the dragon was fun? Wait till the year of the serpent, which pops off on January 28th of 2025. 128. That 128 code. So it's going to be interesting to say the least. Thank you, Wayne. I appreciate you. Appreciate all you guys, Thank you. I appreciate y'all. What's up, Rhonda? How you doing? You're out there in California. What's going on out there? A lot of crazy shit, right? Trying to read Hey, Kimberly, how you doing, sweetheart? Oh, I got to come over on this YouTube. I wonder if I can do that now while you guys are in there. I got to give you guys my moderators wrenches on this YouTube. But let me stay in the comments, my Cherie and Kimberly. Let me share this video with them real quick. Let me download it. I want to show you guys this video that went viral, all right, on Trump. So I knew it was bizarre. I'm like, that's weird. Why are they sharing this video all of a sudden? Let me download it. Download. Okay. It's downloading right now. I can't really remember what he says, but it's connecting Trump and Russia. So I wonder if this is a new narrative they're going to run with, part of the script on the world stage. Hold on. Here it is. Let me present it. Share video file. Boom.
In conspiracy theories.
Okay. Let me full screen this bad boy. Here we go, guys.
I don't believe in conspiracy theories at all. nor in time travel or anything like that. But I did show a church with an image of what looks just like the newly elected president of the United States on it last week. And now I'm in the City of London, and I'm looking towards Trump Street. And the bizarre thing, which you notice if you walk along Trump Street to the end of the street, as I said, no conspiracies at all. I'm not that sort of person. But look at the street that's right next to it. If you follow Trump, then the trail leads you all the way to Russia. So what do you think of that? Conspiracy, accident, or maybe time-traveling history? Who knows? I'll show you now the image of Donald Trump on the church in the City of London, in case you haven't seen it before as well. So this church has an image of Donald Trump on it. It's from the 15th century. And look at this gentleman here. Look really closely. It can be no other than the Donald himself. And yet this is some 250 years old. How did they know?
Ain't that weird, guys? Ain't that pretty strange right there? And Jessica, I got you too. And my other homegirl, Lady Rocks. I seen her in here, my buddy. I got y'all too. They're my moderators from my other channel. Only got 4 of them, you know. But so I keep it close knit because you got to trust these moderators. They can block your damn people. And it's got to be people that I absolutely trust and known for a while. Kimberly, I haven't known her as long, but my boy Jay Dreams trusts her a lot, and she's always done a phenomenal job for me, so I trust her, you know. But yeah, guys, it wasn't just that one video. Like let me show you real quick before I get off here. Over on Alex Jiggle Jones's channel, it's all they've been talking about is this nuclear war stuff. So here, let me share this, and then Donuts going live at 11 o'clock, guys. So by the time I end this, you guys can go watch Little Donuts video. I don't know what the hell he's talking about tonight, but he's going live with, I think, Paranoid. They're still promoting IlluminatiComics.com, where you can go get their comic book. Check that out. They also got a package for the Truth Mafia people. IlluminatiComics.com. You can also get it on Donuts website or ParanoidAmerican.com. Okay. It's a pretty cool comic book too. I'll show it before the end of this with all their space-based bullshit. And what did Werner von Braun warn us, guys, about the space-based weapons, them weaponizing space or using that narrative anyways? What is this all about? Feds dump 125,000 male illegal aliens on San Diego streets in 9 months. Oh, yeah, the purge is going to happen. The purge is coming, guys. All these military-age men that they're letting in, that's going to be the purge. Oh, shit, look, they got some little Donald Trump coins right here. That's interesting. Everybody bitches about Trump, and you guys know I'm a pro-life conservative, but I don't like Trump or Kamala. I don't trust either one of them, but I mean, I definitely like Trump more than Kamala. She really irks me. But I'm going to make money off his little goofy ass. I made a coin. Check this out, guys. I made my own Trump coin. We got some Trump coins over here for y'all. Now, they're not real gold, though. You know, they're a collector's piece. But, of course, this is on truthfultv.com, and we got a Black Friday sale going on right now. So we got some amazing stuff over here. We got that high potency organic turmeric decalcifying the pineal gland. It's also with the bioperin. I can never pronounce that one. Ashwagandha, which is amazing for your anxiety. It's also good to boost your natural energy. And then look at this, guys. Keep America great, Donald Trump. I got the Donald Trump presidency coin. You know, we're going to make some money off his goofy, ugly ass. That's how I get down. So, and we got some new 7.83 hertz pulse wave generators in. I got several new ones. So we got different price ranges, 62, 35, one for 26, just depending on what quality you want. And that puts out that frequency of the Schumann resonance. And you guys got to check out some of the cool stuff we got over here. Different necklaces that help protect yourself from this microwave radiation we're being bombarded with on a daily basis. Nikola Tesla scalar wave technology. We just got a bunch of new stuff in. And these are a must-have. You know, I'm wearing mine right now looking like a goofball. But you got to have them on because these freaking computers are blinding us. I was telling Donut has them too, them glasses Donut wears. That's what they're for, to protect you, the anti-blue glasses, so you don't go blind and get them headaches from these freaking computers. But sorry, that was a little plug right there, guys. My bad. Where was I at? Oh, yeah. Let me go back to here. Okay. I seen them coins, and that's why I said that. But, okay, where was the other one? Biden plans to end the world. No, that wasn't it. Deep state provokes war. This one, emergency. Oh, I didn't even see this one. What the hell is this one about? Trump issues emergency World War III warning. 47 calls for an immediate ceasefire. Let's see, what is that really Trump talking?
They don't own the AlexJonesStore.com. Let's say it again. They don't own the AlexJonesStore.com. They don't own the AlexJonesStore.com. They don't own the AlexJonesStore.com. They don't own the AlexJonesStore.com.
Okay.
We have never been close.
Oops. Can you guys hear this? Hold on, let me make sure I turn the audio. I always forget to do that, and then you guys yell at me. Entire screen, please. Audio, share, boom. Okay. I guess it is Trump. Is this the real Trump? Hey, why didn't it let me push play? Oh.
Closer to World War III than we are today under Joe Biden. A global conflict between nuclear armed powers would mean death and destruction on a scale unmatched in human history. It would be nuclear Armageddon.
Oh, what's up with that?
Nothing is more important than avoiding that nightmare. We will avoid it, but we need new leadership. Every day this proxy battle in Ukraine continues.
Watch that.
We risk global war. We must be absolutely clear that our objective is to immediately have a total cessation of hostilities. All shooting has to stop. This is the central issue. We need peace without delay. In addition, there must also be a complete commitment to dismantling the entire globalist neocon establishment that is perpetually dragging us into endless wars, pretending to fight for freedom and democracy abroad, while they turn us into a third world country and a third world dictatorship right here at home. The State Department, the defense bureaucracy, the intelligence services, and all of the rest need to be completely overhauled and reconstituted to fire the deep staters and put America first. We have to put America first. Finally, we have to finish the process we began under my administration of fundamentally reevaluating NATO's purpose and NATO's mission. Our foreign policy establishment keeps trying to pull the world into conflict with a nuclear-armed Russia based on the lie that Russia represents our greatest threat. But the greatest threat to Western civilization today is not Russia. It's probably, more than anything else, ourselves and some of the horrible USA-hating people that represent us. It's the abolition of our national borders. It's the failure to police our own cities. It's the destruction of the rule of law from within. It's the collapse of the nuclear family and fertility rates like nobody can believe is happening. It's the Marxists who would have us become a godless nation worshiping at the altar of race and gender and environment. And it's the globalist class that has made us totally dependent on China and other foreign countries that basically hate us.
You know what I'm saying?
These globalists want to squander all of America's strength, blood, and treasure, chasing monsters and phantoms overseas while keeping us distracted from the havoc they're creating right here at home. These forces are doing more damage to America than Russia and China could ever have dreamed. Evicting this sick and corrupt establishment is the monumental task for the next president. And I am the only one who can do it. I'm the only one that can get the job done. I know exactly what has to be done.
Well, no, I hope so, Mr. Reptilian Trump. I hope you are one of the good lizards.
Emblematic of the collapsing,
It's getting scary. Okay, let's see what else they got to say. Is there more?
rotting globalist establishment. Joe Biden yesterday authorized heavy, long-range, precision, nuclear-capable missiles to begin raining down inside Russia, which Putin has said will be an act of war and that Russia will be officially at war with the United States.
Hell was
when Biden first floated capable missiles
Biden, look at this dude.
to begin raining down inside
look at him, guys.
Russia,
What is
which Putin has said will be an act of war and that Russia will be officially at war with the United States when Biden first floated it 2.5 months ago. Biden made the authorization at 2 p.m. Central yesterday, and then he went out and gave a speech in the rainforest and wandered off into the forest. He couldn't even talk at the podium. Mitch McConnell now gave a press conference and could not talk. That's who's in charge, trying to start World War III. And on the set doctrines of Russia and the United States, we both have the exact same doctrines when it comes to this. If you bring long-range hypersonic missiles and supersonic missiles up to someone's borders that can carry nuclear weapons, and you fire those at the country, they have to respond as if it's a nuclear attack, because if they have hydrogen bombs on board as their payload, they can take out your missile fields or defense fields in a sneak attack, which under Obama, and it's still the policy, the United States changed from a non-strike first capability or policy to a first strike policy. These policies are important for people like the Hollywood set that have come out. Sean Penn a few years ago and said, let's have nuclear weapons on the table. Let's go ahead and use them. Well, you can't do that, dumbass, because it's all been war gamed by everybody, and it always ends the same. It's called MAD, mutually assured destruction, or MAD, because you'd have to be mad to do it. And of course, we're showing you footage here of atomic bombs in the 50s. Those are tinker toys compared to bombs that are thousands of times more powerful than what was dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945.
Well, it's kind of interesting.
So I've been following this very closely.
You're
going to get the best coverage here.
Now, so I thought
I don't know when and if these are going to start raining down on Russia.
It's kind of weird, right?
Today, tomorrow, next week, but it's clearly to destabilize things with 62 days left until President Trump gets into office and stops all this madness. Now, Trump has come out and said we need to have an immediate ceasefire. Zelensky and Putin immediately need to go to the table. This needs to stop now. We'll play that coming up. But this is absolute, total insanity. Don Jr. came out last night and said the exact same thing I was saying last night. This is clearly the deep state trying to destabilize things. Alexander Soros says this is great news, that heavy missiles are going to start raining down on top of Russian military targets and cities. Absolute, total lunatic land. But what have I been saying? Their main move, not just civil unrest, not just cyber attacks they blame on Russia, not just false flags that they, quote, Trump supporters attack minorities. So they've pre-programmed all that. It's attack Russia, and then when Russia attacks back, at least escalate the war. They've got the drafts ready. They've got civil emergencies are ready. That's the lesser of two evils, or just total nuclear war, which is all the mainline experts agree with me. We're the closest to nuclear war ever. I'll show you all the articles, the statements. This is bunker town. This is the craziest thing in my 50 years on Earth by far I've ever seen. And everybody else agrees. I mean, and Russia says this, just the authorization, they are now at war with the United States and NATO. I can show you that from CNN. So it's all coming up. You can't make this stuff up. You think the deep state was just going to go away? Nope, they're going to start World War III unless we stop them. We'll talk about how we do that. Yesterday at 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern,
Oh, I got to hear this.
the New York Times published an article that the White House has since confirmed, saying that Biden has officially told the Pentagon and NATO to greenlight what's already been delivered, ATACMS family of missiles, not just the Storm Shadows built between the United States and England. The components here, they're assembled in France, but the British own the company with the United States company. It's a NATO consortium. That heavy cruise missiles, giant missiles, that are designed to carry hydrogen bomb payloads, that's their main mission, to be high speed, up close to the border, that you use to knock out Russian nuke sites in a preemptive attack. They are a sneak attack weapon when deployed the way they are. And the Russians have said, and Putin has said, we played the videos last night, months ago, when Biden said he'd authorized it, but didn't want it to be known officially. The Russians said, you better stop. If you deploy those, we are, quote, at war with the United States and NATO. And if you fire them into our country, we reserve the right to use nuclear weapons on you. And I'll show you the articles and show you the videos again, but this is not a secret. This is everywhere. It didn't trend as important as the NFL last night and today, but close. You know, World War III was number 8 on X. Should have been number 1. You're seeing videos of some of these missiles with cluster bomb packages, but their main mission is hydrogen bombs. So the Russians have said, if you move them to our border and aim them at us, we consider we are at full war with NATO, which we already are at war with Russia, but it's official. And if you fire them into our country, we reserve the right to use nuclear weapons on NATO countries. And Zelensky was celebrating it yesterday.
And they think this shit's a joke. You know, dude sitting there.
Alexander Soros was celebrating it. The Democrats were, yay, let's bomb Russia. That'll show them.
Or to die.
It's a nuclear superpower. They had more nukes reportedly than the United States. Nuclear submarines off of the Pacific, Atlantic, and Gulf Coast of Mexico. So let's go over it. Biden authorizes Ukraine to use U.S. long-range missiles to strike inside Russia. Fox News. Biden approves Ukraine's use of long-range U.S. weapons. It's not Ukraine running it. Inside Russia, reversing policy. And the Washington Post says, most of his advisors told him don't do it. It'll probably cause nuclear war, but somehow he doesn't know who he is now. He just did it. Deep state financier Alex Soros openly celebrating the potential of U.S. long-range weapons being fired into Russia. They aren't even hiding anymore. They are openly pushing World War III. This is great news, said Alexander Soros. Biden has, for the first time, authorized Ukraine forces to use Western-made long-range weapons to strike inside Russia.
Is that like George Soros' son or some shit?
You know, Vietnam was a proxy war between the United States and the Chinese and the Russians, but imagine if LBJ said, we're going to start bombing inside Russia in this proxy war. Korea was a proxy war between the United States and China. Imagine if the authorization was to start bombing inside China or vice versa.
It's a proxy war.
So that's what this is. Oh, we'll just bomb the country we're in a proxy war with. What's that do? Take you into full direct war. The same people that told you they were winning in Vietnam, that Saddam Hussein was about to attack you, that Afghanistan was a win, that Biden has sharp as a tack, have told you Russia is the aggressor and that Ukraine is a democracy.
Yeah, Biden sharp as a
Sweden tells citizens to prepare for war.
Sharp as a tack. 5
million households get pamphlets on how to get ready their home for nuclear Armageddon.
Oh, great.
As Biden is accused of trying to start World War III. This is a very big step towards the start of World War III, says furious Putin official, as Biden lets Ukraine strike inside Russia before Trump becomes president. It's not Ukraine, it's NATO. They direct it. They satellite direct the weapons. German Chancellor Scholz is refusing approving long-range missiles and saying this needs to stop. Yeah, I guess the Germans lost 24 million people in World War II. They might have learned their lesson. that Hitler and Napoleon had a bad idea attacking Russia. Joe Biden trying to start World War III before Donald Trump takes office after controversial move, says President Trump's son. Yeah. And it goes on and on. I'm going to go over all of that in more detail and explain doctrine in a moment. But here is President Trump explaining this needs to end right now. There needs to be a ceasefire and Putin and Zelensky to come to the table. But instead, the State Department admits they're putting all their resources, their entire budget that wasn't even earmarked for Ukraine, into Ukraine, and a bunch of them have bought houses in the CIA and State Department in Ukraine, and they're in the New York Times talking about leaving the country to Ukraine and moving there. And a bunch of these officials are former Ukrainians. Their parents, grandparents, literally fought on the Nazi side in World War II. Also, the Deputy Prime Minister of Canada, her dad was one of the top Nazis in Ukraine. Can't make this up. And grandfather. And so this is like home to them. You're like, why would they move to Ukraine? That's like, because they're from there. So they've been using the money and laundering it over there, and they've got all that billions and billions for themselves. And so they're just putting all the money they can there right now, while also escalating into pure World War III to create such a global crisis. Somehow Trump doesn't get into office, or he's handed a giant war. I mean, this is just absolutely insane. Here is President Trump. Remember, we're going to get World War III with Trump. No, he had no major wars with Trump. Here's President Trump.
We have never been closer to World War III than we are today under Joe Biden. A global conflict between nuclear-armed powers would mean death and destruction on a scale unmatched in human history. It would be nuclear Armageddon. Nothing is more important than avoiding that nightmare. We will avoid it, but we need new leadership. Every day this proxy battle in Ukraine continues, we risk global war. We must be absolutely clear that our objective is to immediately have a total cessation of hostilities. All shooting has to stop. This is the central issue. We need peace without delay. In addition, there must also be a complete commitment to dismantling the entire globalist neocon establishment that is perpetually dragging us into endless wars, pretending to fight for freedom and democracy abroad, while they turn us into a third world country and a third world dictatorship right here at home. The State Department, the defense bureaucracy, the intelligence services, and all of the rest need to be completely overhauled and reconstituted to fire the deep staters and put America first. We have to put America first. Finally, we have to finish the process we began under my administration of fundamentally reevaluating NATO's purpose and NATO's mission. Our foreign policy establishment keeps trying to pull the world into conflict with a nuclear-armed Russia based on the lie that Russia...
We've already seen that. So I asked AI what would happen if we go to war, get nuked before the president is inaugurated. And it said, if unseen events and attack disrupting the transition occurred, Congress might enact emergency legislation delaying the transfer of power. It's extremely rare and would require significant legal and constitutional justification. So, yeah, but it can be done. That's not good. That don't make me sound too promising. You know, but the whole thing, I think, is all show anyways. But anyway, I mean, it's just getting crazy, man. It's getting so crazy out here. And the whole time, all these natural disasters are taking place, and they're totally keeping our attention away from that. I mean, look at people just forgot about what happened with the Carolinas, and like they just forgot about them. So it's getting pretty nuts out here, guys, to say the least, right? Look, Putin, new nuclear rules, shock West and Ukraine. I mean, that's all they're talking about. That's all they're talking about. Russia, floating bomb ships. And Russia has this bomb called Poseidon. Let's take a look at this. Russian nuclear weapon Poseidon. This thing causes a freaking radioactive tsunami. The Poseidon is an autonomous nuclear-powered unmanned underwater vehicle reportedly and produced by Design Bureau. It is capable of delivering both conventional and nuclear warheads. A torpedo powered by nuclear reactor and can outrun NATO submarines and torpedoes. It includes 2 megaton nuclear warheads designed to smash coastal cities and ports. Well, that's fun. And Poseidon, the trident, 9/11. Remember they had the trident symbolism on the building. Then we had Flight Malaysia MH370 or whatever the hell it was called. It had the trident on it. And you got Ukraine with that stupid trident. So that trident, and also Poseidon is the god. Also, he's the god of horses. There has been a lot of horse symbolism lately, and the god of earthquakes. A lot of people don't know that. But the Poseidon torpedo with classified propulsion systems. Yeah, this thing right here, man. I mean, he's got some crazy shit. This dude got some crazy shit over here, don't he? Now, there is some theories out there. Some people think none of the nukes are real. It's all fake to scare people. I don't know. You know, I think they probably do have the technology to create nukes. But it is kind of weird. I will say this. How are the people living in the locations that, look at this shit, ready for 500-meter tsunami? How are they living in the locations?
Amazon hates this, but there's nothing they can do to stop it.
The nukes allegedly went off, guys. That's what I want to know. How are they living there? Now, this came out 6 months ago. Let's see what it is.
There's a new electric lighter out there, and it's got the firepower of a military-grade flamethrower.
Okay.
Imagine finding yourself on a peaceful beach when sudden a huge and dangerous wave is heading towards you. But the scarier thing is that this wave is not just the normal wave, it's filled with the harmful radiation.
Yeah.
In January 2023, a Russian news agency, TASS, said that Russia made the first batch of world most powerful and far-reaching torpedo called Poseidon, which run on nuclear power and carry 100 megaton nuclear weapon.
Oh, yeah.
People are talking about this new weapon, saying it could really change how wars happen nowadays. And it's not just because it borrowed a name, but because it has some really impressive features, at least on paper. This torpedo is powered by a compact nuclear reactor. It is believed the Poseidon could travel at unprecedented speeds of 185 kilometers per hour and have a range of approximately 10,000 kilometers, and also operate at depths of up to 1,000 meters. Designed to evade detection by acoustic tracking devices and other traps, the Poseidon has a diameter of approximately 2 meters. What's really striking about this torpedo is the powerful explosive. It carries a nuclear warhead expected to be as strong as several million tons. Some even say it might be as much as 100 million tons. To put it in perspective, Russia's Tsar Bomba, the strongest nuclear bomb ever tested, had a blast strength of about 50 million tons. Russia's biggest submarine, the Belgorod, is said to be able to carry up to 6 Poseidon torpedoes. Another submarine, the Khabarovsk, is reportedly being developed to also carry Poseidon torpedoes. In January 2019, the Russian Navy announced plans to procure at least 30 Poseidon unmanned underwater vehicles, which deployed on 4 submarines, 2 of which would serve in the Russian Northern Fleet and 2 in the Pacific Fleet. The Poseidon is one of the 6 new Russian strategic weapons, which announced by Russian President Vladimir Putin on 1st March 2018. Russian sources also claims that the Poseidon torpedo could create a shockwave that create tsunami as high as 500 meters. But many experts doubt this information. Some sources dismiss these statements by highlighting the contrast between the potential wave from the weapon and a natural tsunami, because natural tsunamis usually go in one direction. but an underwater explosion makes a wave spread in all directions, weakening faster as it goes. To give you an idea, the energy released in the 2011 Japan tsunami was 163,000 times more powerful than the Tsar Bomba, the most similar weapon to Poseidon.
Damn. Them tsunamis ain't no joke, are they, guys? That shit right there, boy. Whew. You get hit with one of them tsunamis, I wouldn't even want to be around that shit. No, thank you. Let's see if Donut's live right now. Is Donut over here live yet? Thought he was going live. Oh, he's going live at 11:30. 11:30. So make sure you come over here and set your notifications for Donut. Nerd. Let's say I'll call him a nerd. Hit his like button. We already hit it. Boom, boom. Here's his Illuminati comics, guys. Him and little Paranoid started. Damn, they already made $25,000. Okay, good job. Their goal was 1776. That's when the Illuminati was formed. America was founded, all that. It's Illuminati comics, so that's probably why, Paranoid American, he loves doing numbers to troll the shit out of people. He'll put 666, 322, 1776. I'm sure that was his idea, but they made 25,000 already. So they're supposed to. I know Donut was thinking about turning this into a film too. That'd be really cool if he ends up doing that. That'd be pretty interesting, right? I'd love to see that. But shout out to Donut. Check out his stuff. He's got that coming out, guys. And what's up? What's up? HTTP Rumble. That's my Rumble channel right there you just shared. Thank you for sharing that. My buddy over there on Rumble. What the hell? Oh shit, he's live right now. He went live early, I guess. I'm like, why am I hearing Donut right now? And that there's little Donut. So yeah, he just went live. Did you guys hear him? I heard him on the speaker. I'm like, whoa, what the hell? That's weird. But all right, so I'll get off here so you guys can go check Donut out. Go over there, check him out. Kimberly, did he give you your wrench? I told him to. Jessica, hey, sweetheart. Thank you, guys. Thank you, my Cherie, Jessica, Rhonda, all my people in here. I love y'all. Go check out Donut Factory and show them some love, guys. And don't forget, check out the shop. Go over there, use promo code sale 17 and get that extra 17% off. Now, if you haven't used your promo code Tommy, capital TOMMY 2024, you only can use it one time per person, but that saves you 28% off on one item. So that's still up. You can use that. I love y'all. Knowledge is power. Truthful out.
Yo, we living in a sim, reality's a game. NPCs around us, they all look the same. Soulless entities controlled by AI. Quantum computer running life, asking why. Are you just a player, controlled by machine? Or a first player character, living the dream? Tap into the code, break free from the lies. Decode your gematria, see through their disguise. In the simulation, what's your role, what's your fate? Are you real or controlled, can you navigate? Elites use gematria, secrets in the code. Find out your archetype, let the truth unfold. Super quantum computer, pulling all the strings. NPCs moving like puppets on a swing. The matrix got nothing on the life we lead. Green letters falling, it's the truth we need. Are you just a player, controlled by machine? Or a first player character, living the dream? Tap into the code, break free from the lies. Decode your gematria, see through their disguise. In the simulation, what's your role, what's your fate? Are you real or controlled, can you navigate? Elites use gematria, secrets in the code. Find out your archetype, let the truth unfold. Archetypes defined from NPCs to Neo. First players rise, let your true self show. Do the